Hello, my name is Angel Moore, and I am a RAP facilitator and a certified peer recovery specialist. I'm featured in a book called Firewalkers, and I'm also featured in a documentary called Hope and Recovery. And today, I want to talk to you about forgiveness, but I want to do it through music therapy in giving you piano lessons. Okay. The piano actually is a sideways harp. Um, if you were to open up the inside of the piano, you would see that there are strings in it. Strings kind of like on a guitar or a violin, but they are laid out in the same way as a harp. And that there are little hammers that are hitting the strings every time you hit a key on the piano. That little hammer is hitting that string and creating the sound that we hear that we call piano. Also, the original name of the piano is pianoforte. Piano is Italian for soft, and forte is Italian for loud, because this is an instrument that you can play softly or loudly. Pianoforte. There are 88 keys on the piano. Now these are called keys. You have your white keys. That's your white keys. And you have your black keys. Now every key makes its own individual sound. So the white keys make their sound, and the black keys make their sound. Okay? And if you have a piano or a keyboard at home, you can toy around with it if you want to and make different sounds and different melodies of your own. And it can be very soothing, very encouraging too, and it's a great way of building yourself up. In rap, we talk a lot about diversionary activities, and playing the piano is a great diversionary activity. It's an easy instrument to play. That is, if you just want to learn the basics. It's a very easy instrument to pick up and play. It's an easy instrument to improvise on if you want to create your own music and melody in order to, encourage yourself and inspire yourself. It's a great instrument to be able to do that with. And it's an instrument that you can play in a relaxed manner that is, once again, if you just want to play it basically, You're not trying to be an accomplished or classic pianist. But let's start off with the basics. There's always basics. There's basics in playing the piano, and there's basics in rap. Rap has 5 basics. That is hope, personal responsibility, self-advocacy, education, and a strong support system. Those are the 5 basics of rap, beginning of your recovery. Piano has some basics of its own too. Your posture on the piano is very important. You need to sit up tall and straight, not slouching. This is slouching. You don't want to slouch. We want to sit up tall and straight with our shoulders back, nice and comfortable. You want to have your feet planted on the floor. That is, if you can. If you're in a wheelchair, Then make sure that your feet are planted on the feet rest of the wheelchair. If you're not able to move your feet or your legs, then whoever your attendant is, please request that they make sure that your feet are resting comfortably on the feet rest. It's very important, your posture. Next is your arms in your hand. See, your instrument in playing the piano isn't just the piano, but your whole person, your whole body becomes part of the instrument. You and the piano are one. Just like when we are applying rap into our life, it becomes one. It becomes part of us. Those 5 key points in ourselves are now one. So the hope that I have inside my heart, inside my mind, is now part of me. Whatever my hope is based on. My hope is based on my personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Your hope might be based in other things, but whatever your hope is, that is now key and essential part of you. Personal responsibility. I take responsibility for my successes, and I take responsibility for my failures. In taking personal responsibility, I'm willing to forgive myself, to forgive others, to forgive the past, to forgive my present failures, and to forgive my future failures, so that bitterness and anger doesn't set in, and so that I stay humble in my heart, moldable to the work of recovery within my life. Self-advocacy. I have a voice, so I speak for myself what I want and what I need. I go and I verbalize it. Now let's say you can't speak. I can write it down. I can take a pen and paper and write it down. And I can send it. I can email on a computer. I can email. I can text. That's my voice to advocate for myself. Let's say I can't do any of those things. Then I can reach for a supporter, whether it's a family member or a friend or a neighbor, and ask them, speak for me. Please speak for me. And have them speak your words. That's advocating for yourself. And then education. I educate myself, about my needs, about my wants, about my concerns, about what's going on with me. What's my disability? What is my addiction? What is the emotional disturbances going on in my life that I need to heal, that needs healing? I educate myself about myself so that I know myself. So when I go to the doctor, I can say, this is what's going on with me. This is what I've learned. What things can you do to help me resolve these circumstances? Or when I go to my counselor or my case manager or my therapist, I've educated myself on the circumstance, or even when it's taking care of a financial circumstance or situation, I have educated myself on that circumstance. I know what I'm talking about. I have an understanding, even if it's a basic understanding. I have an understanding. I have educated myself, and therefore I'm able to educate others about me. That's part of having a voice. Educating myself about them, knowing what their needs are so that they can be a good supporter and being able to be supportive of them. And then finally, having a strong support system. We all have to be supporters of others, and we need others to be supportive of us. Nobody is a lone island by themselves. You cannot be a lone island by yourselves and say that you're happy and content and have joy, because God did not make man to be alone and to be by himself, isolated to himself. Do you know that people that are put in isolation too long go crazy? They lose their mind because God did not make us to be isolated and alone. That's why God made Eve for Adam. They're a team together. God gave man the animals to take care of. That's part of our work, but they also keep us company. They're our companions because God did not make us to be alone. So we build a strong support system around ourselves. So just as I and the piano become one, and now we are an instrument, same thing, I and rap become one, and we are an instrument together. So now, next, part of the key parts of playing the piano is your fingering. I have 10 fingers, and they're very important. They play the keys on the piano. So I do stretch exercises with my fingers every day so that they're nimble. But you may not be able to bend all your fingers. I have one finger I cannot bend anymore. I can make a fist with this hand, but I can't make a fist with this hand anymore. I had a stroke, but that's okay. I can still do stretch exercises, right? And when I play piano, that allows me to stretch out my fingers too, you know? So I put my fingers on the keys. Every key has a finger. So, for my trusty piano here. And you see, we have these 2 black keys, and then these 3 black keys. Okay, so when you see the 2 black keys, that means this one white key right here is C. And that's how it's going to sound. C. Okay? So we're going to pretend this is middle C. How do you know to find middle C? You just count. Okay? And if you count, you'll go 1, 2, 3. 3 black keys to your left. 1, 2, 3. 3 black double keys to your right. That means that one set of middle black keys is your middle key, middle C. Okay? And that is central. That is very, very central. What is the central part of rap that makes rap work? It's hope. And that's why hope is the first part of the 5 key concepts. Without hope, all the other 4 mean nothing. If I have no hope in my heart, how can I take personal responsibility for myself? How can I forgive? How can I forgive myself or forgive others if I have no hope? If I have no hope, how can I self-advocate? How can I have a voice? I have no hope. If I have no hope, how can I educate myself about myself? I have no hope for myself. So how can I educate myself of myself? And if I have no hope, how can I build a strong support system around me if I am hopeless? So hope is very key and very central to rap, just as middle C is very central to the piano. Okay? And middle C is normally played with your thumb on your left hand and your thumb on your right hand. Now it's kind of hard for me to do it here because I'm holding the piano up like this, but you would hold, see my fingers? Okay. I would have my wrist up when I play and my fingers up when I play. I don't want my wrist to lay down like that. Even though it feels comfortable, after a while it's going to hurt. And it's really hard to stretch out your fingers when you got your hands resting like that. So you want to have your wrists up. And you want to have your hands kind of curved, like you got a ball inside your hand. Okay? And that's how you want to play. Okay? Now, on the keyboard, on the middle C, you can put both of the thumbs together. Then on the second, that's right there. Then on the second key, you're going to put your second fingers on the second key. See? That's number 2. That second finger is number 2. Then your third finger is number 3. Play the third keys. Then your fourth finger is number 4. Plays the fourth keys. And then your fifth fingers is number 5. Plays the fifth keys. So you have and everybody is playing together and working together. And the music is harmonious. And it sounds good. Nothing flat. Now I know this sounds simple, but practicing this simple, basic run every single day with your wrist up and your fingers slightly curved as if there's a ball in your hand. Strengthen your fingers. You see, your fingers are to memorize the keys so that you can play the keys without looking at them. See, I'm playing them without looking at them. Both fingers together. And that's good. It's the same way with rap. We learn rap and we place it in our hearts and in our mind, and we practice it every day. Even when you don't want to, when you're feeling depressed and you're despairing, or you're discouraged, or mourning, or having emotional disturbances, or psychological symptoms, it doesn't matter. Every day, you practice your rap, and things will stay balanced, and stable, and harmonious. And that's what we want. Because that point in time is going to come where you're going to need to apply rap because a crisis is going to occur. How do I know that a crisis is going to occur? Because this is life. Are you breathing? Then you're living. And if you're living, you will have a crisis. That's life. And it's okay. You'll have more than one crisis. Sometimes there'll be one crisis after the other, after the other, after the other. Other times you might have one crisis, it's over. You go a long period without a crisis, then another one will come, then it's over, and you go another long period without a crisis. And it's okay. It's alright. It's part of life. So don't be surprised, or shocked, or upset, or disturbed. Because if you've been practicing rap every single day, then when crisis comes, you'll be able to do something about it. I'm not the best piano player in the whole world. And because of the stroke I had, my rhythm is off, so I play slower than what it should be played. But you want to know something? It's okay. Because I practice every day and do warm ups every day, I can play. I can read my music and play my music, and it's alright. And even when I come upon a problem, and a couple of times while I was playing, I came upon a couple of problems where I wasn't sure what to do or where to go. But I focused, I concentrated, I breathed, I applied my theory, and then I played. I resolved the problem. It's like with rap. You're going to come upon glitches within life. Take time, take a break, relax, breathe, problem solve, think it through, and then resolve it. Something my pastor said this week was mind your steps. It's the same with rap in our lives. We mind our steps. You mind your step by taking time to think about what you're going to do or what you're going to say before you do it or before you say it. Now, we don't always have control over our emotional disturbances or our psychological symptoms. We might even have physical symptoms like Parkinson's that we don't necessarily have full and complete control over. And you know what? That's okay. When that happens, when that occurs, you can step back, take a breath, relax, breathe, think it through, plan ahead, and then resolve it. That's rap. That's applying rap every day to your daily life. What is rap? Wellness, recovery, action, plan. I can be well. I can recover. I can take action. And there is a plan for my life. There is a moment by moment plan. There is a hour by hour plan. There is a day by day plan, month by month plan, year by year plan. And I can live according to that plan and within that plan in order to fulfill my destiny and to get to my destination of obtaining my goals and being successful in life. I'm not an accomplished pianist anymore. I used to be when I was 18 and 20, and I had hundreds of classical songs memorized inside my head. But that's all gone now. It's okay. I can play piano. I am a basic piano player, and that's okay. Playing piano brings me joy. Singing brings me joy. Music brings me joy. What brings you joy? It's part of your hope, part of your personal responsibility, part of your self-advocacy, it's part of your education, it's part of your support system. Find that joy. Find it. Find that hope. Find it. Build on it. Make it part of you every single day. Thank you so much for joining me today, learning a little bit about the piano and playing the piano. Thank you for joining me today. I hope these videos are helpful to you. If you would like to know more about RAP, if you would like to know more about having hope, taking personal responsibility, being able to forgive yourself, both past, present, and future, or forgiving others, no matter the hurt that they caused, you can call me at 1-800-707-9375, or you could write me at P.O. Box 335, Thornton, Virginia, area code 22199. You can also check out my webpage at Angel Whispers Relationship Counseling.live. I would enjoy hearing from you sometime soon. You can call me any time of the day and I'm available. Okay? Thank you so much. Peace, blessings,